Shegun and Amaka has been trying for a child for 20 years plus, but Amaka now has a terminal illness. Amaka finally got pregnant and she's in the labor room where there are complications. The doctor has come for the husband to make a decision. A. Should Shegun save the mother who already has a terminal illness? B. Save the child which they've waited 20 years plus to get. On the count of 3, if you are going with option A, you take a big step forward. You're going to save the child which you waited 20 years to conceive, you stay put. In 3, 2, in 3, 2, 1, move.
There's an interesting one. Let's go.
Everyone have made their move. Please
Let's go.
Take off the blindfolds.
Well, it's very clear. 20 years of waiting. Amaka has a ailment, which doesn't guarantee that she may even survive the next day. Amaka has lived her life to some extent. You just have to decide the future. What is next for you? So I would rather save the baby, because that's the future.
In the first place, I believe I started the journey with my wife and not with the child. Yes, I love to have a child, watch my child grow, but the love that I've kept with my wife for 20 years and beyond cannot be overemphasized. I would rather allow the evacuation of the baby and save the life of my wife to see her back again with me. A terminal issue or health, whatever. Yes, when God says it's time for her to go, let her go peacefully. Even before the time she goes, can adopt a child. That's for my own, I would rather stick with my wife.
I will surely stick with my wife. The love of my life. We started the journey for the past 20 years. I can't look at her going, just go that way. No, I have to try my best to ensure I show her even more love than before. By doing that, that amen can even go. You will show her deep love.
For me, want to save my baby. It's as if giving my wife already a date for her death. When I want to have my third child, the first one was a normal delivery, the second one was a normal delivery, the third one is CS. So, my wife labored from on Monday, then till around on Tuesday or Wednesday morning, 2 c.m. They called me that this thing called for CS operation. So I went to meet my wife. I said, this is what the doctor is saying. So let's do this. There's something I want to bring out there. She looked at my face and said, Choice. She called me Choice. Said, you don't love me anymore. Said, why would you tell them to do CS for me? I smiled. I said, did you want me to lose you? I would rather lose the baby than lose you. And she held on to me. Said, thank you. Said, you've given me the boldness. Said, let me go for it and I'll come back alive. Within 15 minutes, they told me this thing is ready and everything. The first thing that came to my mind was like, I know they do CS since. So as this thing, all the dance where they dance for the first and second. This was so fast. Immediately I asked the nurse. I said, nurse, where's my wife? Said, I didn't even ask about the child. I said, leave the child first. Where is my wife? So I don't see reason why you should pick the baby. Even if your wife is going to die, it is better not hear it from you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's a very tough question because, 20 years it's not a small thing. This is a baby's life we're talking about here. But this is also a woman I've been with for the past 20 years. I mean, I've been with my wife for 11 years now, and I can't imagine the thought of losing her drives me crazy. Not to talk of the option to die. We're in an age where terminal illnesses are healed, so I'll take my chances and let her live, but I will not be happy letting baby go too. Not because we've been waiting for 20 years, but that's a life.
Yeah, actually, I prefer to go for bakery than to go for one loaf of bread. It is my wife. It is not my baby, it is our baby. So I would rather go for my wife. Having children is not a result of a successful home. So if you have that thing on our mind, we know that so we can get married and we decide not to have children. So I cannot pick our child and neglect or let my wife go. No, I would rather go with my wife.
That's really interesting. I mean, they are all mostly picking their wives and they are okay with their kids going, and just one guy is standing out there talking about how he's gonna allow the wife go. But I really want to hear what this guy will say, why he prefers that.
I understand all of you. I think we are mistaken. We are not getting the detail of that question. Fine, companionship comes to play. my wife and all that. I understand. But this is a dicey situation that has to do with your future at the end of the day. Sometimes
Exactly.
Amaka,
Let him land, sir.
if Amaka, that has waited for 20 years, is asked that question, I guarantee that Amaka would have decided that they should make sure that baby is alive and let her go as a mother.
And that is for her to decide.
my decision stands. So the detail of the question is that Amaka could die tomorrow because of the ailment.
No.
There's no chances that she's going to survive.
Why? No.
According to the question, it is written.
Okay.
Now,
No.
the child you guys waited for 20 years old.
She might not die.
IVF.
No, that wasn't the question. The question was somebody probably the question is someone has to die. It's either the baby or the mom. Who would you choose? Like if you had to save one, who would you choose? I think that's the question. So he's assuming that they said Amaka must die. So I don't think that's the question.
So many options just to get it done.
Okay, I'd
rather.
It's my opinion anyway.
Yeah, it's your opinion.
It's better that I just
But let me ask you this.
aim for the future.
Give you the impression that even the child will survive after when Amaka is
Exactly.
dead?
No,
After
listen.
Amaka's dead.
No, this is not innuendo. It's a matter of fact. The question is detailed.
Yes,
and the question
now.
is that Amaka will not survive.
Yes.
Right? But
Later.
the child is
No,
going to
no.
survive.
Yes.
So it's a two-way street. Is it that?
The question is not that Amaka will not survive. The question is one of them will survive. Which one would you pick? That's the question.
Amaka or the child, Dini?
Accepted. Even when you have that option, he's going to survive.
No, the child is going to survive,
Are you
right?
as God?
No, that is no. The detail.
He's according to the illness.
According to the illness.
Internal.
The doctor said, as a professional, made it clear that the child is going to survive. According to the question.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
That means the
So
child doesn't have any illness.
That was not the question.
Okay, let me clarify. The dilemma is you can save the child, the mother die, or you save the mother and the child dies.
You see?
So you save
Save.
the
Hey,
mother.
I would rather take my chances. This might sound insensitive. I'd rather take my chances with my wife.
Yes,
Because
exactly.
we have babies that are born today that might die tomorrow.
Yes.
Now, Yoruba say, "Ntobanle kumeji."
Yeah.
Omakofo, yeah.
It's a very sensitive matter. I want to be careful with the way I say things. Life happens.
Life happens.
But I'd rather take my chance with having my wife, even if it's just for one day. I can get married to
I
another
feel
woman
my
tomorrow
source.
and then have another child.
You can get married. You can get married. That's the word. You can get married to another wife tomorrow and get another child.
Yeah.
That's the word.
That
That child will have to survive, live life. The wife don't die, but you can still marry another wife, right? But the fact is that as a man,
Okay.
you have to decide a one-time thing. It's not something that you have to be skeptical.
Thank you, and that's fine.
It doesn't have to be forced. It doesn't have to be soft. It doesn't have to be cool.
Will everyone step back, cross the line back? Please, everyone put on your blindfold for the next dilemma.
This is so interesting. This is super, super interesting. I want to share my opinion because I know that this question has to do so much with, do you abort the baby or do you not abort the baby and save the mom? Wait, before we continue with the video, if you have watched up to this point and this video was helpful to you, please like this video so that YouTube can actually promote this video more for more people to view it. And also don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button so that you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. If this video has been helpful to you, if this channel has been helpful to you in any way, shape or form, please do well to encourage us by sharing it with other people. All right, let's get back to the video. And I know that most times when these things are talked about, it depends on the environment. I know that I will say that the reason why they are addressing this way, I want to believe, I'm making an assumption here, is because of the medical system in Nigeria. But I want to believe if you have a good medical system, you shouldn't be choosing between your wife or your kids. I don't think there ever gets to that point where you have to choose between your wife or your kid, which one to save. This is my personal opinion, that you have to monitor both situations. And in the worst case scenario, perform a CS, and when you perform a CS, you bring the baby out, because see, I think kids can survive outside the womb. I think from 7 months, or is it from 6 months or thereabout, that you can actually. So I'm believing that most times when it gets to this case where they are trying to save the mom or the kids, it's usually if the kids position in the womb is not right and it's affecting the mom, now you have to save one or something like that. So I think if you should do a CS. Do a CS, get the baby out, put the baby in the incubator so that baby will survive there, because they can, at that point, they can live outside the womb, but they will need that medical support to survive. So because most times CS is actually very, very easier than the abortion the people are talking about here, to remove the baby and save the child. But yes, for the people who are taking their opinions, or saving the wife or saving the kids, if I have to address that from that situation, I think that if that ever becomes the case, if that ever becomes that case, I think you are supposed to be saving your wife. If that ever becomes the case, because your wife is the person that you are one with. Your wife is the person that you have committed for better or for worse situation. Because with your wife, you can probably still have kids. And if you cannot have kids, then you can actually adopt kids and be with that person. I don't even know why anybody would want to lose their wife and have to go back into this crazy dating environment, unless you don't like that woman that much. Because if you love your wife, if your wife is your best friend, if your husband, who you married, if they are your best relationship that you have ever had, you wouldn't want to lose that relationship. And see, this kid that we're talking about, is you have not really met the kid. The kid will have to grow up. They'll have to make their own decision. They'll have to, there's just so many things that you don't know the future, of this kid, or what they'll become. But for your wife, you have lived with her for so many years. You have experienced her in so many years. She probably has given up so many things for you. She has sacrificed for you. She has done all that for you. That means you already know what that looks like or what that is. And you know that if it comes to the point where you have to adopt a child and raise it as your own, then both of you can do it together. So I don't know why anybody will want to actually go back and start looking for another partner. There are so many men and women out there, but with the way relationships are failing today, with the way people are playing games today, why do you even want to go back into the dating streets to do that when you don't even have to do that at all? And also, if you speak of it biblically, she is your missing rib. She is the bone of your bone. She is the flesh of your flesh. She is the person that you have chosen to do life with. And every day, every time, I want people to understand that your spouse is more important than your kids. And I don't know why people still don't get it. Because this is the person you chose. This is the person that helps you determine the kind of family you will have. Because I have seen a lot of people put their kids above their wife. A lot of men do this, and it's so sad that they put their kids above their wife. They prefer to cater for their kids. So women do it too. They cater for their kids to the point they pay so much attention to their kids that they neglect their spouse, and then their relationship with their spouse fades, and then they have a broken home, and that broken home affects the kids. But if you think about it very well, if you invest in your marriage, if you invest in your spouse, if you invest in the relationship you people have, and you people are having great and healthy relationship and healthy marriages, it rubs off on the kids. The kids benefit from it because now they are seeing what a healthy home looks like. They are seeing what it means for a man to love a woman, for a woman to love a man, and they are being taken care of because both of you are giving your best. Both of you are pouring your best into each other. The best gift you can actually give to your kids is a healthy home. A home where you and your spouse love each other very well. I know this has already deviated from the point of this video, but I still want to tie it together because I know this question is tough. It's about life or death. But at the same time, like I said earlier, my standpoint is monitor these two individuals, the baby and the mom. Do yes, if it gets to that point, try as much as possible to save both of them. That's what I believe, because I don't think that we should get to a point where we become judges of who should live and who should die, because it's a slippery slope that I don't want us to get there as humanity, because we don't want to be calling the shots. We are not God. So yeah, that's my take on this video. These questions gets harder and harder. This is level 2, there's level 3, there's level 4, there's level 5, there's level 6. And all you have to do is to stick with me and hear my reactions, or you can go watch the whole clips on Cruise. But hey, if you want to hear my reactions, you can stick with me as I give you my own reaction, my own thoughts about these things, that the questions they're asking them. And yeah, check out the next video that will be coming up. If you have not subscribed, subscribe and hit the notification button so that you'll be notified when I upload the next video, which is probably tomorrow. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.